Hey there everyone, Captain Beards here, bringing you another Langrisser mobile video. Let's get it. Alright guys, before we get into today's video, I just want to make a quick announcement. Thank you guys, everybody that's going in there pressing that red subscribe button. You guys are absolutely amazing. I think we are 30 away now from the 1,000 mark, which is pretty exciting for me. About 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, I had an old channel, or maybe longer than that, I'm not too sure. It's been a while. I had an old channel and I was doing videos on it. I reached that 1,000 subscriber mark, and then something happened, a problem with YouTube and Google, and then I had to start my new channel. So it was kind of let me down a little bit, but now that we're going back up and we're almost there again, it's actually really exciting, and I want to say thank you to all you guys. Now on another note guys, on Saturday and Sundays I'm only going to be doing one video a day, and every other day I'll be doing 2 videos a day, but Saturday and Sundays I get really busy, so trying to do 2 videos on Saturdays and Sundays is a bit much for me. So if you guys can forgive me for not bringing 2 videos on Saturday and Sunday, it is because of that. But other than that guys, let's keep the positive vibes going. Let's keep going down there, smashing that red subscribe button, and let's get into this character guide / showcase. FERAQUEA, or FERAQUEA, whatever you guys want to call her. I say FERAQUEA because that's how it looks. Let's listen to the voice.
Get away from me, you dirt human.
Pretty awesome voice, pretty awesome character art, and unfortunately guys, I do not have her at level 60. You know, XP potions are not easy to get, so that is why she's level 52, but I should have her 60 tomorrow, and maybe show her off some more. There's a lot of different things going around about this character. A lot of people say that she's not that great, and some people are saying that she's pretty good. I would say I'm kind of the in-between. Depends on how you play her. She can actually be pretty freaking awesome, so don't doubt her kit. You use her kit the right way and she can be pretty amazing. Alright, so obviously she's part of the Dark Reincarnation team and the Meteor Strike team. Both teams I think she can fit quite well. The Meteor Strike team has a lot of assassins, so she can fit pretty well there, comboing with Diehard and Zoraida, Silverwolf all as assassins, and then have her as an assassin too, and you can have yourself a pretty deadly range team on the Meteor Strike team. Next to that, the Dark Reincarnation team. Now the Dark Reincarnation team is a pretty good team for her because it's great on her setups, and there's one thing that goes very strong with FERAQUEA. It's going to be setting up. She can set up characters very nicely to get pretty much bodied. So do understand that if you look at her that way, you can have a good time with her. You just have to look at her in a positive way. Going into upgrade class section here. Alright, so she has of course one really strong path that you want to take her, which is straight to the Wraith Queen or Wrath Queen, whatever you want to say. Now she starts off with Morph, which is going to give her reinforcement, which is not too bad, but you probably might want to use that. You'll see why in a second here. Then she gets Shapeshifter, which I'll go over that in the talents, in the skills section. You definitely want to use this. There's a reason why, because it's all about the setting up. And then their last one, the Wraith Queen, gets Smoke. Now Smoke is pretty much the one cost that you're going to want to take. Attack Intimidate is good too, but honestly I think Smoke is the one you want to really go for. So if you want to stop at Smoke, you can go ahead and stop at Smoke. Now you can go into the Archmage path and go ahead and pick up Magic Defense Intimidate, but it's a 2 cost, not worth it. Don't do it. And then in the Ninja state, she does get Slash Stride, which is not too bad. Crit chance increased by 10% after eliminating an enemy, gain a chance to move another 3 blocks. The thing about her is if you try to set her up to eliminate opponents, you might not have a good time with her. She can do some work, but do note she's not going to hit as hard as your other units. So do understand that Slash Stride is not really necessary in my honest opinion. So I would say honestly, don't spend the runes on her. Just go straight path Morph, Shapeshifter into Wraith Queen, Wrath Queen, whatever you want to call it here. Now her talent. Her talent is very underestimated, right? Her talent is actually really good. Obviously I have her at 3-star now because I pulled her once during my summons, and then obviously going through the event I was able to start her up once, which is really freaking cool. So, because she goes from 5% to 10% with just one star, which is nice. So when attacking, hero will be transformed into the same unit type as the enemy hero. So say she goes and attacks Leon, which is blue, she'll become a blue. If unit transformation occurs on this turn, you are granted one more action and attack is increased by 10%. So what that means, if she attacks Leon, she becomes a blue like Leon. Then she gets to move again. That means she gets to go again. While she's going again, her attack is increased by 10%, guys. So her first turn that she goes, guys, her first move that she does, that very first attack she gets off is when you want to go ham. Because for those next couple turns, that's when she's going to be at her strongest point. That one turn that she's transformed pretty much is when she's going to be at her strongest point. So you attack Leon, she gets this to proc off, she becomes a blue like the Leon pretty much. She gets to move again, and then you set up your skills here, which I'll go over in a second here. So skills. Now as you can see, this is my straightforward build here. You're going to want to take plunder and you're going to want to take maneuver. Easily want to take those two. The last slot can be between smoke and reinforcement. I heavily advise reinforcement. Now what's the setup, what's the build? All right, so the very first thing you're gonna do is as soon as you move her to attack, you're gonna want to hit plunder. You want to hit plunder because what's gonna happen is it's gonna ignore the guard. So if the enemy's trying to guard, boom, it ignores it, dealing 1.1 times damage, which is pretty strong. Not too strong, but it's still pretty strong. After battle, if the enemy has their buffs up, which usually they do, especially in the PvP scene, because that's where you're gonna want to take her, after that battle, drains a maximum of 3 buffs from the enemy. So do understand this, guys, that when you go on the field with her, you attack and you hit plunder. There's the very first thing you do. You're going to drain 3 buffs from them. On top of that, you get to move again due to her talent. So now that you get to move again, your attack is increased by 10%. So now you get to choose, okay, who do you want to strike? You're going to strike the next person you strike with, you're going to strike them with maneuver. Now when you hit somebody with maneuver, it can be the same exact point you attacked. You're going to deal 1.2 times damage, right? And if the attack is not guarded, so most likely it won't be because you just freaking drained all their freaking buffs here. And then if the attack is not guarded, you swap position with them. So if the unit is trying to play backline like a healer, or they're just starting, so it's across the board, they haven't even moved yet, you hit them with maneuver, you have 10% attack increase, and then you're gonna swap position with them. That means she's gonna take their place, you're gonna take she's gonna take their place, they're gonna take your place. That means they're gonna be much closer to your allies, which is a freaking nightmare for the enemy. Now on top of that, what's going to happen while activating maneuver, now that you're in the enemy's face, you're going to reduce damage taken by 20%. That's going to last you 2 turns. So she's going to take 20% less damage, which might help her stay alive, or just might help her, you know, maybe she might be able to get out of there, but she already did what she needed to do. Now if smoke does proc off, she is going to be able to tank some damage, because after taking action, there's a 30% chance to lower all damage taken by 30%. The effect lasts 1 turn. It is a passive, you don't even have to activate this. So during all of this, guys, if smoke does proc off and you use maneuver, she has the ability to take 50% less damage for a whole turn, right? And then after that whole turn, then it reduces down to 20%. That's if smoke procced off. So use the right way, guys. She can be actually really freaking good and an absolute nightmare for some units. Certain units like Sherry, for instance. Sherry is a flyer. So, and do note that she's a ranged unit. So she's a ranged damage dealer. And on top of this, guys, look at this, guys. So say you use plunder, right? You get to move again after due to your talent, right? You can move 1 step back because maneuver has a 3 block range. Hit Sherry with maneuver and it's gonna make Sherry get closer to your allies. So not only did you hit Sherry once, you hit her again with maneuver, Now you're gonna be now Sherry's gonna be closer to your allies, and that's pretty much that one OTK for Sherry all in one turn, thanks to your FERAQUEA coming in there with her talent and her skills. So do not doubt this unit. Now let's go into the class section here. Now the next class I'm gonna unlock, or the next characters I'm gonna unlock, which are the Dark Elf Snipers. I actually recommend trying to unlock these units. Reason being is because when attacking units with 100% HP, after entering battle, attack and defense increase by 15%. This is very freaking good, just because most likely she's going to be that first unit you're going to move. Like I said, most likely. She's going to get in the battle, and she's going to attack the units first, which means they're going to have 100% HP, which is exactly what you want, because you're going to get the attack and defense increase by 15%. So I do say the third gem slot is worth it for your girl. Now, soldiers, as you can see, I'm using the sorcerers, which are not too bad. I mean, the problem with the sorcerers is it does take your normal attacks and deals magic damage, and magic damage is going off of ints, which is not too great. They do have high mobility, which is nice, and you're just going to get a baseline when soldier HP is at 100%. Attack and magic defense increased by 27%, which is not too bad. Leviathans aren't bad either, as long as you can manage to be in water. So in the PvP scene, not too great, because there's no water in PvP. Bandits, now I would say if you're not going to go with sorcerers, my 3 recommendations, because I usually do the 3 recommendations, are sorcerers, bandits, actually really good, crit increase by 10%, attack increase by 5%. So bandits, sorcerers, and I believe it was 4 recommendations here. Bandit sorcerers and Dark Elf Snipers, which I already mentioned, and Hellfire Archers, which are not too bad either. Kunuchis or Kunuchis, whatever they're called, are not too bad either, but they don't give too much. You know, critical hits deal 1 random debuff to an enemy. That's okay. I mean, if you do want her to build her pure support, then yes, these girls here are the way to go, because that debuff can be very clutch. But Hellfire Archers are not too bad either. Now, who I'm going to roll with is probably going to be the bandits. I'm not sure. I might stay with the sorcerers. Not too sure. Anyways, into the equipment here. Now, there's multiple ways to build her. Since she's going to be taking the enemy's place, you can build her pure tankiness and go with a blue kind of enchant. So a blue, or go with steel. So let's go to forge here. So for enchants, you could go with something like steel. HP plus 10%. Damage taken decreased by 10%, making her kind of a tankish build, just because she is going to be up in the enemy's face. Thorns, not too bad either, can work quite well too. And if you want to just give her a kind of baseline, you know, make her a good offense slash defensive units, I would say the way to go would be the full moon, which is the build I am currently going with. Now, besides that, with the equipment, I have a different equipment here, but I'm pretty much going based off of attack and a little bit of defense. So as you can see, Wind Cutter Dagger attack plus 4%. When attacking after battle, grants a 30% chance to reduce enemy's defense by 20%. Since she gets to attack the enemy 2 times, that means that coin flip happens 2 times, which means when she switches places with the enemy, if rage did kick off, the enemy's defense is broken by 20%, which is very, very dangerous for the enemy. So now next is the Gargoyle Jacket. I got HP 2% here. When attacked, defense increases by 6%, which is important because she's going to be up in the enemy's face. And then next is a magic defense. So Twilight Helmet, magic defense, and defense 3%, well, which is common. You know, it's just good. And then the Assault Ring, magic defense 4% and attack 4%, which is very good too. Now for the stats, I'm going after attack, HP, and defense. So I got attack 4% here, int 3%, which is then I got magic defense 6% here, attack 2%, which I'm going to keep, magic defense. And then here is not too bad. I actually like this set really good because defense 5%, HP 5%, and magic defense 5%. So straight across the board, pure defense HP. And then assault ring, defense 3%, attack 3%. So I do want to reroll the stats on her and definitely increase these to level 30. But for now, I think she's good the way she is. Ooh, that was a mouthful, guys. Anyways, guys, if you are building FERAQUEA in any other way, please comment down below and let me know. Other than that, guys, let's go ahead and get into the showcase. Alright, guys, in a showcase here. So I decided to hop into an arena because Her team is the Dark Reincarnation team and the Meteor Strike team, so they're very PvP oriented team. So I thought this would be the perfect place to showcase her. I mean, you can use her in PvE, but the thing is, it'd be a little bit difficult, especially with how bosses are and stuff like that. Now, against other enemy units, yeah, I think she could really own in PvE. You just gotta be very careful with it. Alright, so we are gonna go ahead and I'm gonna change over the bandits, and I want to use the sorceress because I want to debunk a couple things for myself personally. Alright, but let's go ahead, and this is the team we're going to be running. Now, it is very important that you run a unit. If you see a Vargas, a Freya, a Grenier, an Elwyn, I believe, and a Altamuller, if you see any of those units on the opposite team and they have the ability to guard, it's important that you run a unit that has Blizzard. Blizzard disables guard, so it allows your FERAQUEA to come out and do a maneuver on any of these units and not have to worry about being guarded, so that way she can snag them. So yeah, pretty important stuff there. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. I think I might snag Lana here. Not too sure yet. Alright, let's go ahead and start here and see what we can do. Alright, I know we might be able, okay, we could definitely reach there, which is good. Okay, so what we're going to do here is activate the fusion power here. Yep, let's activate the fusion power. Success! Alright. Move forward here. Hit Blizzard. Alright, yep. There we go. Now we want to move her here and then act again, I believe. Yeah, okay, move her, act again. I wish I would have positioned my Lista a little bit differently. I think if I would have positioned my Lista a little bit differently, I could have actually did a little something better. Alright, we could use against Varg, since Varg is going to be kind of a nuisance. I was going to go after Lana, but if I go ahead and try to take on his Lana, that could be very dangerous for me. I can go ahead and maneuver the Lana. Okay, maneuver the Lana, because she won't be able to hit me. Gotta go one block closer, maneuver the Lana. That sets him up at a good close range though. So I might be better off hitting the Varg. I know I'm not going to do too much damage to the Varg, but that is a-okay. Let's see, what do we do here? You know what, let's maneuver the Lana. Okay, there we go. Not too much damage, but we swap places, and then she gets to go again here. Now the goal here would be to have my FERAQUEA so trained up that I could just take out the healer here. That's pretty much the goal, because now I can attack the healer directly here, which is nice. But you guys know my FERAQUEA is not too trained up, so okay, then we're gonna go here and magic defense. I should probably give my Listel some boots just so she can move again or have better distance. So in that case, I could have butchered Lana. Okay, so that's pretty much the goal of FERAQUEA, is just to be able to kind of distract the enemy there. Okay, we got demonic guard going on. Okay, she's not gonna die, which is perfectly fine. Okay. That is a-okay. Let's go ahead and do this. Hit prayer here. Should be able to clean this team up here. My Listel is an absolute monster, so I'm not too concerned just yet. Okay, good black hole there. Let's hit another one here. Yep, gonna reach them all. Another black hole here. And then Listel come in and finish those guys. Boom. Boom. And they're done. Bam. Okay, I know Varg has the whole superhuman bravery thing. You fool. Why would you attack her? Okay, Varg, you're smart. You go after him, but not too smart. Smart, but not too smart. Okay, let's go ahead and take out Bozel. I get close to it. That healing from Listel though. So in all honestly guys, I mean if you have Landius, if you have my exact team right here, these 4 units here, and you have Landius, it is sad to say, but you will not use FERAQUEA. As much as I love the unit and I think she has a crap ton of potential, there is quite a few things needed to be done to her kit to make her able to compete with Landius and even Rachel, to be honest with you guys. Now don't get me wrong, she is a phenomenal unit. Let's hop into another one here. Now like I was saying guys, don't get me wrong, she is a phenomenal unit, but in that 5th spot, like these 4 units here, they just pair up really nicely. Obviously the healer, it doesn't matter if it's TRs or Liana. Liana is probably the best for the team, but it doesn't really matter here. But if you have Landius, if you have Leon, pretty much Freya, Juggler even, because he's a very good unit for PvP. Those are units, especially the new unit Landius. He's kind of irreplaceable. Like this team here is like the go-to team currently, I believe, for PvP. If I'm being honest with you guys, it's very difficult to deal with. And on top of that, Landius is just an absolute monster of a unit. But if you did not get Landius and you're just using a free unit, FERAQUEA is a very nice unit. Just remember, she is a very situational character. You have to be very, very smart on your position choices, or else it could be a GG. But other than that, let's go ahead and start this match here. Now I'm gonna play different. I'm gonna play a little bit passive with my Freya here, or FERAQUEA. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, I know I want to pull the Leon or the Sherry, or actually I would like to pull the Chris. I know I'm not going to be able to because there's no way in hell I'm going to reach her, but let's see here. I know I could get Blackpool if I move again there, so I think I'll do that. Okay. Do this and that. There we go. This is where Landius comes into play. When a team is running back line like this, Landius is the perfect unit because he can move in, activate his defensive capabilities, so that way when your Lana moves a little bit forward to hit her attacks here, you're not too worried about Lana getting hit because Landius is going to jump in front of all the shots anyways. So that's where Landius becomes kind of irreplaceable, if I'm being honest with you guys. But in this case, we got FERAQUEA here, so let's try to be smart about our positional movements here. We'll do this. Yeah, we'll do that, okay. Then we're gonna move our girl here. And then we'll move our boy. Boom. I don't know, he has a very strong build right now. Chris being his designated healer is a little bit worrisome. Because Chris, the thing about Chris is not only does she heal, but she actually hits it very freaking hard. So I would still have to say, even after FERAQUEA coming out, Chris is still the MVP of the SRs. Chris and who else? Varg and Freya. Personally, my top opinion out of those 3 would be Freya, but you guys know I'm very biased on that part. Alright, so my girl just died there, which is not really good for me. So in this case, I know Chris is kind of the savage of the group here. Actually, Leon kind of is. So let's try to weaken him as much as possible. There we go, 3,500, not too bad. She got Plunder and she got Morph. Then what we're gonna do here, see, we could actually go after Altamuller here with Maneuver. And then what's our mobility on our girl? See, that's one thing we can't see. We can't see the mobility, because what I would do is because I could pull our boy here over here. Actually, no, he has guard. Oh, that was it. That was a close one, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and pull Leon forward. Now, where would Leon, if I move Leon right here, I could hit, yeah. Okay, beautiful. So we're gonna use this. So check this out, guys. This is where FERAQUEA can come in quite dandy here. 7,000 damage there, and smoke procced off. So let's take a look at this. This is a great showcase on FERAQUEA right now. All right, so smoke procced off. She not only did 7,000 damage to Leon, but she also didn't take any hits. Now what's gonna happen is maneuver kicked off. That means she's gonna take 20% less damage. On top of that, by smoke proccing off, she's gonna take 30% less damage also. So she's gonna take 50% less damage. On top of that, she is a blue unit now, so yes, Altamuller can hit her hard and will definitely kill her, but if our boy, what's his name? If our boy Matthew here were to turn around and try to hit my girl, FERAQUEA, he's gonna freaking hit a wall, a stone wall, because she's a blue unit. So, yes, this is where FERAQUEA can come in quite clutch. And now me moving Leon forward, check out what's gonna happen to this team now after I set up a little bit of movement here, of course. So after I hit black hole here, by me moving Leon forward, I just set up an absolute nightmare for the other team. Because now Listel moves in place here, and now when I use my blood move here, it's gonna hit all of them. Instead of choosing whether to hit Chris or choosing whether to hit Leon, by me swapping places with Leon, I set him up in a position to hit all 4 of these units. Now most likely Sherry is not going to die, which is a-okay, but the other 3 will get very freaking close, as you can see, and Sherry is almost freaking there, and so is Leon here. Now I could go ahead and try to attack Leon. I don't know if that's a good idea though. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do it. You know, let's risk it for the biscuit. All right, we got the kill on Leon. Go ahead, Liana. Show your skills. All right, so she's gonna attack him. She's gonna attack her, which is perfectly fine, because she tanked that damage. Now she tanked that damage too. Let's go, FERAQUEA coming in clutch here. Now I'm not gonna do too much, obviously, because she has no type disadvantage, no type advantage, or none of that. So obviously nothing gonna happen here. Smoke procced off again. That means she's gonna take 30% less damage again. Let's go, guys. So obviously not doing too much damage there because she has type disadvantage, but that's perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and we can't reach with Bozel just yet, but we'll get him close, get him ready to be in position here. All right, let's go ahead and hit prayer here, and let's see. No, I can't do joint battle right now, Prince. And let's go ahead and start attacking. He's getting a lot of freaking parries right now, which is annoying, but that's a-okay. No big deal. No big deal. Remember, every time he heals, he's going to take damage now from Listel's Blood Queen passive there. So as you can see, Listel's coming in clutch here. He's going after our girl FERAQUEA here, which is kind of stupid of him just because she's in that tanking state right now by her smoke keeping to proc off. Let's go ahead and hit a little far damage here. Parry again from this dude. This dude's beasting out right now. So we got Plunder here, so she healed up a little bit there. Let's go ahead and take a look. So of course Bozel's moves here. She's gonna restore HP, blah 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 blah, and the whole tree of life from being next to Bozel too. So beautiful, guys, beautiful. FERAQUEA is doing some absolute work right now. Let's go ahead and have Bozel truck this guy down a little bit. I don't think this is gonna kill. And yeah, of course it killed. Anyways, guys, let's hop into. Alright, so like I was saying, anyways, guys, that was your girl FERAQUEA. Obviously, she is a level 52. She is not even a 60, and she's taking on level 60 units, guys. On top of that, her equipment isn't even leveled up, right? Only her assault ring is to level 40. Her other stuff is just pure baseline level 20 stuff there. So, and on top of that, you've seen her enchantments, which are not that strong. So all in all, this is a fantastic unit, and don't listen to anybody when they try to say otherwise and say, oh, she's not that good, she's pretty much garbage, blah blah blah. No, positional unit here. If you use her the right way, she can be devastating to the other team. Absolutely devastating. Healers and tanks are not safe when it comes to seeing a FERAQUEA on the opposite team. So I would say if you can build up your FERAQUEA, definitely do it, guys. Do note that yes, Landius and Rachel are better units, but still, she still has a heart and a place on my team any time of the day. Anyways, guys, it's your boy Captain Beards. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, stay positive. Peace out.